Therefore I was left alone and saw this great vision, and there remained no strength in me, for my comeliness, what's that?
Comeliness.
Comeliness was turned in me into corruption, and I retained no strength.
So here we have Daniel, and he's obviously not sleeping because he's with several men, and they're performing something, walking, whatever they're doing. But he was seeing a vision. He was given a vision. And those men that were there with him, they were so afraid, they hightailed him out of there. Daniel alone seen the vision. So when we look at a vision, it doesn't necessarily have to be asleep, but a vision can come to you while you're wide awake. It can come to you as you're driving down the highway. It can come to you as you're just walking. It can come to you, Sister Jan, as you're simply praying. It doesn't, and it's just one of those ways that God can reveal something to us. And I know we think of men like John the Revelator. I shouldn't even try that. But as we look at John the Beloved there in the book of Revelation, most people, when they think of someone getting a revelation, they always go to John. He had this great revelation of the tribulation period. But when it comes to spiritual warfare, Daniel is the one that had the vision that comes to my mind. Because on one occasion, as we talked about when we studied angels, he talked about a man, Gabriel, coming to him in a vision. Here we find him with several men that hightailed him as he's having a vision. God was revealing things to him. In the book of Daniel, chapter 10, we find that Daniel was praying and fasting for 21 days. And as we look at the passage here, and I'm just summarizing because I want to show something, we find that Gabriel comes to him in a vision and says, you know what? This is happening. But God heard you on the very first day that you prayed. But the prince of Persia came against us. And Michael's back there contending with him, and I've come to deliver this message. And I've come to tell you that God's heard your answer and it's on its way, but now I must go back and help Michael to fight. You don't get any clearer of a vision than this right here. Now there's one other area I want to talk about as well. God can warn us through visions, through dreams, but there's also such a thing that people overlook as just regular spiritual insight. Sometimes in a vision you might be transported off into and not physically, but God might reveal something to you in a different country, or maybe in a different house that you might know, or maybe to show you somebody. But when it comes to spiritual insight, this is what I refer to as God just showing you the spirit, and we clarify the spirit world already, the invisible part of God's creation. But God's revealing things to you, around you, that you're not aware of. It's one of those things, and you don't have to, we're not going to read all these verses, but just some examples will be Daniel chapter 3, verses 23 through 25, where Nebuchadnezzar was looking at the 3 men in the fiery furnace. And he said, didn't we throw 3 men in there? But I see a 4th looking like the Son of God. God was revealing something to Nebuchadnezzar right there, and he had spiritual insight to something that was around him that no one else saw. He had a look into what we define as the spirit world, as the invisible part of God's creation. God was revealing some things that was hidden from other people. How about Matthew chapter 28, verses 2 through 5, wherein the angel came and rolled back the stone. The guards there fell over with fear because they seen the angel what occurred. And then the angel proceeds to talk to Mary Magdalene face to face. God was revealing some things. They had, those guards had spiritual insight right there and seen the angel. Mary Magdalene had spiritual insight and could physically see the invisible angel, well, physically see the angel that was there that no one else might have seen. We can talk about Zacharias in the temple in Luke chapter 1, verses 10 through